I am Singh. Now check it out, I'm not decked out with any jewelry or bling except this crown on my head, which means I'm Singh. It means I've submitted myself to the King, the Almighty and Divine. He has encompassed my heart and flooded my mind with His love and His wisdom. I pray to one day join His glorious kingdom. But till then I remain His humble slave, not like the ones back in colonial days, more like the one who shows you all the way, because each and every day we follow the wrong path, trapped in the devil's grasp, burn this earth down to ash, turning our worth in for cash. And I find it so sad, because your possessions are trash, while my knowledge is vast, because I learned from our past instead of choosing to cast away the lessons of those willing to pay the price of life. So while you crumble to your vice, I surrender to His might, because I am Singh. I am also a lion. He provides me faith that is never dying, and there is no denying that I'm tempted by sin, but I'm given His strength so I won't give in. And no matter how hidden, He knows where I've been, He knows what I've done, and He knows who I am. Yet each time I fall, He helps me to stand, so I follow His plan because He's made me a better man. And so I say with pride, I am Singh. I'm also a godsend, following His footsteps, but I'm troubled by regrets and struggles, yet He is there to guide me through all the rubble every time I'm in need. So His message I heed, it's for Him which I bleed. I've been able to receive so much in this life that I live. I've taken so much, yet I've nothing to give except for myself. So I work to share the truth and spread His message. For I'm a vessel, I'm a servant, I am Singh. Thank you. So before I go to my second piece, I just really wanted to say thank you to the Lahir committee, because Lahir is the first event or ever time I've performed ever. So I really appreciate the opportunity. So now this piece is about 1984. I thought everybody knew about it, but I realized that we don't still, and we need to know what happened in order to make change. So here we go. Murder, death, power, suffering, and invasion. These words deal with people with no tolerance or patience, like what Hitler did in World War II. All the chaos and panic that begins to ensue. Genocide is one serious issue. We all know about the Holocaust, but what about 1984? My people were attacked inside their temple and left dead on the floor. The government wasn't satisfied with all the fear they were instilling, so on the day of June 3rd, they began all their killing. They cut off the state of Punjab from everyone else around. No food, water, power, or supplies were going to make it to that ground. No reporters or journalists were to be allowed in, because they didn't want anyone to know about their sins. Nobody there was even able to get out, because they wanted to end my people and be left with no doubt that my people were extinguished with no trace or evidence. 30 whole years passed, and still none have faced the consequence. Man, does it even make sense? Oh, I'm sorry. It's because they said it was for their safety and just purely out of defense. But that operation was called Blue Star, and it was planned 1 year in advance. Yet they stick by their stance and they don't take the blame. They don't care about us and they don't feel ashamed, because to them, it's just a game. But to my people, it wasn't justice. And now we can't trust this government that watches over our people. They're supposed to keep us safe, but they're completely evil, and they didn't see us as an equal. So they made a part 2. Check it out. Here's the sequel. The government was upset that they hadn't yet won, so they sent police and civilians to get the job done. They armed them with bats, pipes, kerosene, and even tires. Gave lists to where we live and set our houses on fire. The government sat back as they watched my people cry, heard my people die, and live like kings, telling their propaganda-filled lies. Turning neighbors into haters, making us public enemy number 1, killing all our brothers, fathers, and sons, trying to make sure our population became none. The mobs came through the streets like an unstoppable twister and raped and killed all our mothers and sisters because they couldn't take it any longer. We were getting much stronger, so they continued to wrong her. They did it to her and to him, and those days only got worse. They took over our land and did it by force and showed no remorse to try to change our history's course. Yes, we're still here, we remain alive, but we're not like back then. No, we don't thrive. Most of us don't even know that 1984 existed, but those of us who do still remain very persistent. Listen as I try to share the truth and attempt to educate, get justice for this travesty and rectify the hate. No, I ain't no saint, but I'm here to spread this message I have inside of my head. Now to yours I will embed, now my thoughts you have read, so there's nothing left to be said.